all and welcome again to Wow Crochet. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to do the crab stitch. Now the reason I have these 3 beanies here is to show you the difference between a beanie or a border of any kind that has a crab stitch and that doesn't have a crab stitch. Okay, now this particular beanie here is a woman's beanie, can be a man's beanie too. But this one is for me, just thought I'd mention that. Now this one here, it has its own little border in its own right. Okay, so you've got your half doubles, your doubles, and I think the singles are up the top, right? So this is already its own little border. It doesn't need to have anything on the base. I think it will ruin it. Okay, if you would like to do this particular beanie, I do have a tutorial here on YouTube. I think it's the previous tutorial actually. So yeah, go ahead and do that. Or stick around and do the crab stitch. Either way, you can do them both. And this one here, okay, is a 3 to 6 month old beanie. Now, it is produced with different stitching. Double crochets up to here, oh no, there, sorry. And then I think half doubles or singles, I can't even remember which ones they were because it's a while back since I've done this one. And then when I got to here, I think I did a row of half doubles. And here, we worked this way, by the way. And here I just did slip stitches all the way through, okay? So when I slip stitched there to finish the beanie, I just kept going, slip stitching until I got to the other side and finished off. Now, the beanie is lovely. It has its own button. The actual pattern is nice. And it finished quite neatly. And that is the look it's giving. It's giving a neat look. Okay, now this particular beanie and the matching booties will be on my Etsy and my madeit.com.au stores. Those links you can find in the description box down below. Okay, so check them out. Now the next beanie, the next beanie is this one here. Gorgeous, huh? This is a newborn to 3-month-old beanie. Okay, now this one I have played with colour because I thought, why not? Again, I had colour, so let's play with it, okay? Now, and we're the magic makers, aren't we? We can do anything with craft. Now, this is made all in one stitch. Even though they look differently here, they don't. It's just the colour of the yarn that I used. It's made like that, around, in half double crochets, all the way around, until I got to here. And if you have a careful look at this border, it looks like it's going the other way. Because it is. That is the way the crab stitch is made. We make the stitch and we go backwards. We make the stitch and we go backwards. Totally against the way crocheters work. But that is what this stitch is for. Crab stitch. That's what it's called. Now, I made this little beanie off air at about, I don't know, about an hour ago. And I thought I was going to do something fancy with it. And I thought, why not make the crab stitch tutorial and show everyone. So doubles all the way to here, to there, and then we've got there, and then that's half double, half double, half double, and half double. And then I thought, let's give it a lovely border. We'll do the crab stitch. Let's show my fans, crochet fans out there, how to do the crab stitch. This yarn here is Bendigo Woolen Mills luxury yarn. It is beautiful and soft, and once washed it'll be even softer. The hook size I'm using is a 4. It is the size of the hook called for with the yarn. You need a pair of scissors. And you will also need a little bit of a little tiny darning needle just to weave in those ends at the end. We know how we crocheters hate those pesky ends, but we have to do what we have to do, don't we? All right, now, let's get started, hey? Well, this is going to be fun, isn't it? So we've slip stitched into our last stitch right there. By the way, you can use this particular border on blankets and anything you want to, on side seams, front seams, on a jumper or a cardigan or a vest, whatever you want. Okay, it can be used for anything. So what we need to do, we need to go back to each stitch that we just produced. Okay, back, 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 back. All right. So firstly, we're going to go back to this one. We've slip stitched in there, and we're going to go through there, all right, just through your normal stitch. Then you're going to go yarn over hook and you're going to pull up a loop. You've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over hook, pull through 2. That is basically all it is, but you are bringing it back into the next stitch, and that is all you're doing. yarn over hook, pull up a loop, yarn over hook, pull through 2, and then you're putting it back into the next stitch. Yarn over hook, pull up a loop, yarn over hook, pull through 2, into the next stitch. Yarn over hook, pull up a loop, yarn over hook, pull through 2. Now it might pay for you to do as you might have seen me doing it. I hold the stitch, I know I've got nails but you can use your hand, your thumb, and then I put the hook in, keep holding that stitch there, and then yarn over hook, pull up that loop, and then you can let go. If you find it's really loose, just give it a bit of a tug. Then yarn over hook, pull through 2. Okay? Don't pull too tightly because this stitch should look loose. It should look nice. Sometimes too tight and you can see those big gaps, which I'm producing at the moment. Okay? So we're going to make that a little bit looser. Okay? Or a little bit loose. Not so much looser, but loose. Alright? So just keep doing that all the way along. If you have projects that you've used my tutorials for and you want to show them off, by all means pop around to my Facebook page. Okay, that link will also be down in the description box below, and you can flash all your projects on my page if you like. That's fine by me. Quite happy to have them shared. I like seeing what other people are making. It's all about inspiration, isn't it? We all learn from each other. Okay, so whoops, I just split that stitch there, didn't I? So now let me stop for a moment and show you the difference with this stitch. Okay, just want to show you so you can see it. All right, we're just going to tuck that yarn in for a minute because I don't want anything to be showing while I'm showing you. Okay, it's probably not. All right, there. Okay, so let's get a nice close-up. This is what you have so far. This is your, oh, maybe I will take it out of there. This is your border with the crab stitch, and this is your basic stitch without it. And I think the crab stitch makes it look nice, and when sitting on baby, it gives it a tiny little flick as well. Okay, so it looks like we planned that, when really we haven't. It's just the way it's crocheted. So what I want you to do, and we're going to do this off air, get around to the other side, but don't finish it. Just get to that area there, the end, and maybe a stitch beforehand, and we'll finish it together. I'll meet you up. Okay, so yours truly, I think, has 2 more stitches to go. 1 and 2, yeah. So we're going to go back. Oh, get a nice close-up of that for you. Sorry about that. Okay, so we go back into that stitch. Yarn over hook, pull up a loop. Yarn over hook, pull through 2. Okay, and then we go back into that last stitch. Yarn over hook, pull up a loop. Yarn over hook, pull through 2. Now you want to finish this off. You don't want to keep going back and back and back. It's just going to get bulky and it's going to look yucky. So you just turn your work around. I'll just bring that out a bit so you can see what I did there. I just turned it around so it's facing me. Okay. Now you still have your stitch on your loop. You haven't on your hook. You haven't taken it out. All you need to do is a little bit fiddly because a little bit tight. You need to slip stitch back into that one there. And what it does is it closes your piece up. Okay? I don't know if you saw that. I might take that undone. So I think I came out of frame a bit there. Sorry about that. Let's produce that next stitch again. My mistake. We'll try that again. Sorry about that. Let's try it again. So you're in your last stitch. Yarn over hook, pull up a loop. Yarn over hook, pull through 2. Now turn your work around. You might pay to take your hook out and then you pop it back in when you turn it around because it can get a little fiddly. Okay. So this is what we've got so far. That's the stitch, the last stitch we did, and we need to slip stitch it into there. I think now we're in frame. So you slip stitch your thread through there, right into there, and then pull up a loop and pull it through. Snip it, if you hadn't noticed. We snipped. All right, There it is. That's the end. Now that's the back part. So, you know, it doesn't matter that it looks a little bit thick down there, and still it looks quite neat. Okay. So what we're going to do quickly is weave in this end. And the reason I wanted to show you the weaving is because it's really quite thick here. We want to make it look even. So we just give it a bit of a tug. Get a nice close up there for you. Give it a bit of a tug, turn it over. It's still looking a little thick. Just even it out a bit. There, that looks good. Now, we're just going to weave in our ends all the way through the back. That's all. And, you know, it doesn't matter if it shows there, the needle shows. Usually don't like the needle showing because it's different colour yarn, but this is the same yarn, so it doesn't really matter. Give it a gentle pull, not too tight. And then what you do is you're going to go back the other way, but in a different section of it, okay? Because you don't want to unravel what you just did, okay? This is the easy part. This is the finishing part. This is the best bit, guys. This is the part we like so much because we know once we do this bit, it's all over Red Rover, isn't it? Okay. Done. Now you weave it in and out 2 or 3 times, whichever suits you. 3, I do 3 usually, it's never going to come out. Okay. Now, having a look at the beanie now. See, it gives it a lift. Like it's a if I pop it out like that, which I wouldn't, but you know, just to show you, it does sit out a little bit. So it's a tiny little lift. So when baby's wearing it, it just looks nice. Okay. And also, for this particular beanie, I probably will pop in a button here, or 2 or 3 buttons. Sometimes I put 2 or 3 little ones there. I'm not really keen on, what do you call them, pom-poms, but a lot of people do. If I was going to put one, I would put a white one, okay? There are many times that you will have a look on my website and I'll have a crocheted flower there and a different colour. So I'll have a white flower with the green in the middle, okay, or crocheted. But with this particular beanie, I will be putting either 3 buttons or 1 big one right there, okay? I am going to be doing matching booties and it will be on my Etsy and my madeit.com.au stores in about a week time once I take the photos. Those details are in the links down below. And if you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the little bell button so that you can receive further tutorials. Okay, thank you so much for watching and ciao for now.